Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about what changes everything, and there's actually three things that I think that all on their own could have big influences on this bull run. We're going to share what those are and my thoughts around those. But before we do that, smash the like button. This will help to get this channel out to more people, and I really appreciate that. And of course, those that leave comments there, that does help support the channel as well. You take the time to write it. I take the time to read it and respond. And of course, if you ask questions, I do get back to those as soon as I'm able to. However, if you'd like more immediate engagement and interaction, you can find me in the Discords. The details for that are below. There, the Stocks with Josh Discord, the links are at the top. I have my own Crown Traders channel there where I share education, insights, some trade setups, resources, and of course, entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And of course, the Tribal Trades Discord. Unfortunately, that is closed, but you can get on the wait list for that. We will open it up again sometime this year in 2025. Not sure when, but there's an email address. You just email me, say that you'd like to be on the wait list, and you will be added in the order that you send. Okay, so, and you can just find all of that in description. You might need to click the more button, and that will pop open to the description there. Okay, so let's jump into the news. And what do we have? We have what the actual. So apparently some of the meme tokens, the Libra token in particular, that's one that's really caused the scandal there, was sniped by the team and sold by millions. And so he's just saying this is rigged. All these stories about some guy who put in 1,000 and made 5 million for a meme is complete bull. And it's all insiders. Stop putting your life savings into these memes. There's no way to win this game. Buy utility token and hold. Okay. So the meme coin space has become a little overcrowded and oversaturated. And this is what I was talking about yesterday and the day before, about how in January I pivoted from meme coins. We had been trading meme coins, making money on meme coins. And then I felt that the space was becoming a little bit too filled with fraudsters and scammers, and then also just totally oversaturated. And I felt that we're also getting to a part in the bull run where in April of 2021, most coins dumped and never recovered after that, and just to be in what I would consider more multi-cycle coins. And so I moved the majority of my portfolio into those multi-cycle coins, being the Bitcoins, being the Suis, the Taos, the Ondos, moving into those places. And of course, look, meme coins had a run. They had a good time. Pepe, if you got in on Pepe and Brett and Bonk, you know, I made a good 10x on Bonk and some of the Sui meme coins. Sonic, we gave in the Discord and on this channel at 2 cents and 6 cents. It went all the way up to $4.77. And then it got from a low of it went all the way down to around 60 something cents just about a week ago. And then, of course, got listed today on its very first exchange, on the XT exchange, and it pumped up into that listing. I think it peaked around the $1.50 area there. So some of those trades have been really, really good, but I felt it was time to reposition the portfolio. And I did a video on that back in January called I'm Dumping These Coins and Buying These Coins, or something like that. You can see it on my YouTube video. There are a lot of people, it's funny, there are a lot of people who are saying, oh, and now I've got people you know, on my YouTube comment section talking about, you know, I was telling people to buy coins like Bonk and make money on them earlier in the cycle. And now, you know, I've flipped and I'm telling people I'm not in Bonk. Well, I'm not, number one, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. If you don't like it, you don't have to follow that. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, and that I sold all my Bonk. And I'm not looking to add Bonk back at this point. But I held Bonk for a while, and I made about 1,000% on Bonk. It was a good trade back then. I don't think it's a good trade right now. I don't think that's where I want to position my money, but everybody has to choose for themselves, of course. Now, also we have, Crypto Zombie, what the actual is going on lately. My timeline has been filled with nothing but rug pulls and videos of people screaming over losing their life savings. For goodness sake, people just buy Bitcoin and chill. 99% of meme coins are going to zero. And this is what I've always warned in this cycle many, many times, that most meme coins will go to zero. So they're not long-term holds. You don't hold them through the bear market, and you don't even hold them through the entire bull market. Of course, if you get into house money and you've made 10x on a coin, there's nothing wrong with holding some meme coin just in case it goes off further, but don't be disappointed if it doesn't there, okay? So I think the meme coin sector may be at an end or coming to an end. And these final things like the Libra and the Melania token that didn't do very well, hopefully will bring it to an end, and money will now flow into liquidity, okay? And I think for a while there in the meme coin casino, people were putting money in and making money. Some people were losing money. It's a bit of a gamble. But I think at this point, like I said, back in January, I warned everybody about this. I told everybody what I was doing and why I was doing it. I saw this coming and I got out, and I was glad that I got out. If you'd heeded my warnings like some of you did, you would have saved yourself some pain. Okay, so that's number one. The meme coin super cycle, I don't think is happening. I think that whole narrative is at an end. And I think that now more than ever, now people are starting to exit the meme coin space. So if you're in meme coins, I just hope that it's not a big portion of your portfolio there. The second thing here is the Reserve Bank of Australia confirmed the existence of fake gold bars being held at the Bank of England. Okay, so that's not good, because now Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, is apparently going to go to Fort Knox and see if there's any gold there or if it's even real, because apparently it hasn't been properly ordered for like 70 years. Somebody help me. Now, if that is found to be fake gold, or there's not the gold that should be there, that could really shatter a lot of people's faith and confidence in the gold market. And that could move people into Bitcoin, with there only being 21 million Bitcoin. But that's not to say that exchanges haven't been selling fake Bitcoin like FTX was before their collapse and demise, because none of these exchanges are transparent about what they're holding and their reserves. And so particularly Coinbase. So I think that's something to consider as well. But I think that could be a very bullish narrative for Bitcoin there with that. And as you can see, dear Dodge, you may want to check out Fort Knox. Despite claims of regular audits, comprehensive public inspections have been rare. The last major one, 1953. Can you believe this? So there you go. So they're going to see if actually there is gold in Fort Knox. So that could be quite a bullish catalyst. Of course, if they find all the gold is there as usual, I don't really think that changes anything. That's what was expected. I think, though, that if it's found that the gold is not there, or it's fake gold, or there's less gold than what should be there, then the price of gold could take a little bit of a downward turn, and the price of Bitcoin could take an upward turn there. And then finally here is the FTX. This is all meant to be happening starting tomorrow, the 18th of February. And that's a lot of billions of dollars coming back into the market. So that's the third one. So number one, I think the meme coin super cycle is at an end. Who could have forewarned you about that? Be watching these shows daily, because I have accurately guided this market so far anyway. And so secondly, obviously, the gold situation with the shocking news that the Bank of England don't actually have the gold bars. They're fake. Believable there. And, of course, then the FTX. That could obviously cause quite a huge move forward for Bitcoin and altcoins. If people, remember, these are already crypto investors, so some of them are just going to exit with that money and say never trusting again. But I think the majority are going to come back into the market with that money, particularly with prices as low as they are, and pick up some. Of course, people aren't getting the value. Like I think they're just getting the value of what their portfolio was at the time rather than just receiving their actual assets back. And I think that should annoy a lot of people there. Where did the rest of that money go? It probably went into the receivers' pockets who've been taking the creditor recoveries. They've taken how much money have they taken in fees, but that's a story for another day. So let's look at a couple of things. Firstly, I want to have a look at Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so this is a hopeful thing here. We have lost the 20 EMA and the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA is now been retested as resistance. We've come there at the tribal trade trend line. One line to rule them all is holding up Bitcoin dominance. No, I don't want you to do that. I think I need to remove this trend line so it will just fall, of course, but it's held up 3 times there, a couple of wicks, but now we've come down and we'll have to wait and see how this one closes today. But if we can close below, it could be a nice drop down to the 50 EMA on the daily, and then we've got the 50-day moving average down there. We've got a line of support there at 59, about 59.37. So this is a good sign for altcoins. This is good. This is a very, very bearish wick, by the way. And of course, some of that wick did get eaten up, just like I felt it would. And I've said all along that most of the times these wicks do get eaten up partially, usually not all the way. Sometimes if it does get eaten up all the way, altcoins are in trouble. So I'm not yet pronounced that the altcoin rally and altcoin season is over. I think it's possibly not going to be the same, and that's what I shared yesterday. And being positioned in the right coins is going to be very important, because if your altcoin has not been seeing some upside while Bitcoin dominance has been going down, like Hype was one of the ones that I've been identifying both on the show and in the Discord, sharing levels in there. I gave that level there at 24. So if you got in that trade in the Discord, you'll be doing well with that. And then of course, if we come down, we can see some of these low levels. But there's a lot of MAs and EMAs. Let's just worry about the first thing, which is the trend line. Let's break below that, and then let's come down here to this 50 EMA on the daily, and that will initially be held as support, but eventually I think we break below that. So I do think we do see some upside for some altcoins at some point. It would be a concern if this just ended up being a higher low, and that's what it could be. And we do have to consider that possibility. And then we went up and made a higher high. Now, of course, we do have a lower high, and this might end up being also a lower high, but we do need to break down below this candle here. So that would be losing some of these key moving averages and EMAs there in the process. So keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. It's not looking at the Bitcoin price. If you want to see your altcoins pump, you have to have this chart up and be watching this chart. Let's have a look at the price of Bitcoin and how that's been going. So as we can see here, it's business as usual, just trading between this 95 and 100K. So this is the buy zone here, down around 95,200, and the sell zone has been pretty much around this 97,900 area, which is a double Fibonacci zone. Of course, if it was to break through there, you could hold on a bit longer and sell near the top of this range. And of course, if we lose this is the key that I'm looking for here. Yes, we've closed a couple of days below, a couple of weeks below the 100-day simple moving average, but we're already closed below the 50, and we're below a bunch. This is the next one down here, which is the 100 EMA on the day. That's at 93,000. Then there's a double Fibonacci level at 92, and then the bottom of the range down at 90. If you actually flip to the weekly time frame, we should have this 20 EMA on the weekly is coming up to around here. Look, it wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin came to the bottom of this range and came down and retested the bottom of the range again. That would be fairly normal in range trading, and that just provides an opportunity to buy the bottom of the range and sell the middle, or buy the bottom and sell the top of the range, just like we've been buying the middle of this range at 95 and selling, and generally it's been this double Fibonacci level just before the top of the range there. So that's just very interesting. Let's go over to follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And you can see it's just a little bit of the same, 97 to the up and 95 to the down. It's just, this has been the way that the market makers have been going, just a few thousand up to liquidate and a few thousand down to the bottom of the range. So I would expect at some point we're going to come up, take 97, and at some point come down and test 95, Which way is first? Flip a coin and tell me what you think in the comments, what the market maker is going to do first. Maybe they'll come down and take this lower part of the range here at 95 and then push up. That's what I would do if I'm the market maker. I'm going to come in down and get this liquidity down to the bottom first around this 95,000 level. And then I'm going to take it up to this 98, 99, 100,000 or even this 97,000 level there. So that's the expectation. Unless we get a further break to the downside below 95, then we're going to look at those levels from 90 to 95. All right, that's all we have time for today. As always, until the next episode or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.